Walila umntwana alilela umamake wamthatha wambeka esifubeni sakhe wathi thula sana lwam wathi thula sana lwam. Hello, Dumelang, Sanbonani, Absheng. My name is Mariki Bothma, Ntomza Zulu, Zindli Ntomza KZN, all the way from KZN, but currently here in Midrand, Joburg, at Galaxy Universal Network, Starset Channel 500, and on our Facebook page, Galaxy Universal Network. Welcome to a brand new show called Scars. We all have a history. You may be the victim, yet you are alive. You are the survivor. You are the overcomer. You are the conqueror of your past and of your pains. The show is all about you sharing your stories, you sharing your life experiences. We're going to show people out there whether you've been abused mentally, physically, emotionally. We have all been affected by abuse. The show will consist of from bullet survivors to cancer survivors to people living with disabilities to ex-convicts. No story will be too big or too small to be shared on this platform. Do join us every Saturday, 11 to 12, right here on Galaxy Universal Network. But we also do have a few surprises for you in store. Every Saturday, 11 to 12, Galaxy Universal Network. Walala wasala. See you there.
Welcome back again. If you have just joined us, we welcome you and we hope that you are still continuing to enjoy your breakfast morning right here with us on Pan African Morning. Now, we are still continuing, of course, looking quite closely into the story of the incident that happened in Umthwalume. And right now on the line, we are joined by the spokesperson for social development in KwaZulu-Natal, Mnumzane Umhlabunzima MEMELA. Mnumzane MEMELA, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Galaxy Universal Network.
A very good morning to you and your viewers at home.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. MEMELA. Now, let us look into this incident that happened in Umthwalume. Of course, the suspect has reportedly been killed, or rather killed himself into this. What are the developments around this, according to the information that you have?
No, look, we are very disappointed to the fact that the suspect who has been linked to the cases of murder of five women in the area of Umthwalume, as you'll recall that 5 bodies were found in the sugarcane field.
Yes.
And that suspect was yesterday found hanging in the cell.
Yeah.
Where he was cared for by the police to ensure that the next day he goes to a court. Unfortunately, that is an unfortunate incident because we were all expecting that he will actually assist us as the community of KwaZulu-Natal, especially the community of Umthwalume, to share the light with us of what exactly transpired and why he had actually killed these women. And obviously, we had hoped that he would be processed by the justice and get the sentence that it deserves. Unfortunately, in the morning before he went to court, he was found hanging in the cell.
Now, MEMELA, it is also reported that the second suspect was released. Would you take us through that? Why was the second suspect released? Because now the community is up in arms and they're crying that justice is always never served for them. Why was that suspect released? Would you have something to say to us about that?
Look, according to the information that we have received from the police, is that the second suspect was actually linked to some cases because of the first suspect. There seems to be an issue that related to the belongings of the deceased that was actually found to the second suspect, who then the second suspect said got that belongings from the first suspect. Obviously, it might be a case of purchasing something from someone, and obviously you've never been actually involved in the case. Hence, the police said, the public prosecution said, they have no strong case to prosecute this person. However, the investigation of the police is not going to stop with the information we got, because the deceased suspect had already indicated that the 5 bodies that have been discovered were just tip of an iceberg. There were more other people that he had killed. And when they find him in the cell hanging, he had already indicated to the police the willingness of taking them to the other scenes around the area and show the police where the other maybe bodies we might have dumped, you know. So that's the situation we are in now. But of course, we are hoping that the police will actually continue with investigation, and all other government structures or departments working in ensuring that the community in that area is safe. Secondly, the social development is also in that area to ensure that they provide psychosocial support to the affected families, and continue with a number of programs, because this week we'll also be there with the MEC and other leaders, and we're also expecting the national minister to join us to continue with awareness programs and also visit the affected families to ensure that all the people in that area, they have confidence and see the police also working in the area and also being conscientized to ensure that when you leave home, you're actually not living alone, or you actually inform some of the family members where exactly are you going, so that we'll be able to control the situation. Secondly, is the fact that the community complain that when they report with the police, police do not take them serious. At times they will say, no, these people, they've gone out with friends and so on, they'll be coming back. So those are the other issues of the social development that we need to look at to ensure that cases like this are reported immediately. As the Minister of Police already indicated that there is nothing called you should report a missing person in 24 hours. As soon as the person is not coming back at home and you can't find the person, you must go to the police and report the missing person.
Now, I understand that you are, of course, making your way to Umthwalume, and are you guys now getting into a space where you are searching for those bodies, or when is the search for the other bodies is going to start?
No, I think that will be the work of the police to search the bodies. Remember, last week when the first body was found, the police then went there on the second day, and then with the police dogs, and they searched in the area. Hence, they found the second body of a woman. So it's surely, we believe it's going to be a continual process where the police will do their work and investigate or check in that whole area in all the forests, because the farmer who owns that land already indicated that is also willing to assist the police to ensure that they operate in the entire area, in the entire farm, to see if there's any other bodies that are dumped in the area. Unfortunately, the suspect has already indicated, the one who died, that there are other bodies somewhere, but unfortunately we couldn't get them at the moment. But of course, because the police are there, we believe that all will be, all other people maybe that might be dumped there will be soon found by the police. Because in the community still says they have some people that are missing in the community, and those are the women that are still missing. So we are hoping that when the police continue with their investigation, checking the area and ensure that they check each and every corner in that forest, then we'll be able to maybe find other bodies and to ensure that the communities, as well as the families who have some loved one who disappeared, they find peace with the fact that at least they do have their remains and able to bury them.
Now, Mr. Memela, we all understand the procedures of police cells, that when a person comes in there, they take certain, they check for any dangerous weapons that the person might be going to. They remove, the likes of your shoelaces and your belt or anything else that might be used by anybody to cause harm to themselves or the police. Now, do you have any details as to how did this guy manage to hang himself?
At the moment, Sandra, it's very difficult to have information because the cell where the suspect was in is already under investigation, and it was taken by the IP. Remember, the suspect died in the cell.
Yes.
Now the police cannot investigate themselves. Obviously, the IP were robbed in yesterday to start with an investigation to find out what exactly the suspect used to hang himself.
Yeah.
Because as you said, in normally things like belts, shoelaces, and other things that might be dangerous are often taken out from the people. So we don't know what is it that the suspect used at the moment, but we are hoping that the IP or the police will soon share light with the community on what kind of a material or that was used by the suspect to commit suicide.
And that, Mr. Memela, you also mentioned that the suspect had actually spoken out to the police on where to find other bodies. Would you know anything about the suspect, who he is, where he's from, whether he's got family or wife? Do you have that information about the suspect who has committed suicide?
I understand from the community that he was a known guy from the area of Mthwalume, and he was employed in one of the service stations in the area. With what we gathered on the day of the arrest was the indication that he had his wife before, but I believe wife left, and there are indications from the community members that this guy was now living with his kids. I believe it's 2 boys that he will always leave them at home when he's going to work, and allegedly lock the burglar guards for the kids not to go out. So we believe that all that information, as the police already indicated that they had 4 dockets that had actually linked the deceased suspect in these incidents at Mthwalume. So then we still believe that there is more information that will come out as the police investigate to ensure that all the community of Mthwalume is safe, and to ensure that the community of Mthwalume is also find peace, because the especially women are unable to walk freely in the area, knowing very well that there is another suspect who's now going to be released. So it's going to be very dicey for them, for them to walk freely in the area, because that guy was arrested with a disease, and now because there's nothing that is actually linking him for him to be arrested. But of course, the police are not going to, as they said, they are not going to leave this issue lying down. They are still going to deal with their investigation. As the police minister already indicated that he has brought down a number of teams to deal with these cases in the area of Mthwalume. And as I said earlier on, it's going to be more of a joint operations with all other government departments. Social development has already started to do its own program in the community, and also I know other departments from the Office of the Speaker are also working in that area with the communities to ensure that our communities are enlightened about the danger of walking alone at night, and also to ensure that they know how to defend themselves and report issues and so on time. Thirdly, the police minister has already indicated that there's a satellite station that is going to be that is being delivered in the area to ensure that there is a consistent patrol, because the committee complained that the police station that is in that area is far away from them, which then makes them very unhappy about the work that the police do in that Hippolyte police station.
Yeah. Now, before we let you go, Mr. Memela, can you confirm for us that before the suspect died, he also indicated that there might be about 14 or 15 total number of people that he has murdered before. So we're looking at almost about 10 more people that are still yet to be found.
With what we heard yesterday in court, outside court, from the leadership, was that the suspect had already indicated to the investigating officers that the 5 bodies that they've found are just tip of an iceberg. There are more other people that he had killed, but I could not pick up the number of the people that he already killed, how many that are still not being found. But of course, he had indicated his preparedness also to go with the police to point out where he had actually dumped those women he actually violated.
No, thank you so much, Mr. Memela, for your time. And we are going to keep tabs with you later on to get the new development of the stories. And we thank you for continuously updating our viewers across the African continent.
Thank you very much to you, Galax family. We'll be always available for giving our communities the information about what is happening in our nation.
Thank you for that. That was the spokesperson for the social development in KwaZulu-Natal,